Moneyweb now. On the money.
This podcast is brought to you by Stanlib Asset Management. Invest in more certainty to navigate volatile market conditions. Chatting now with Liza Nolte, new business development manager, AfriGIS. Liza, appreciate the early morning time. Analyst of more than 10 million property transfers dating all the way back to 1995. A humongous task, I suspect, but fascinating data that you were able to pull out around women, land, home ownership, business ownership. To be clear, different answers in each sector, but I suppose that's part of the reason, particularly why you went looking into the data to understand what the different influences are.
100%. And good morning. So I think this Women's Month, here's really a number worth celebrating. So since around 2016, South African women have been buying more homes in their own name than men, and they've stayed ahead ever since.
That's a striking number. I mean, as you say, I'm thinking to myself, when you say they're buying more homes, that makes sense. Then you say they're buying more homes than men. I mean, this is a striking number in terms of gender identity, gender independence in our economy. It's huge.
100%. So I think there are a few likely reasons why women are overtaking men. So now women are earning and financially independent in a way they weren't a generation ago. So you've now got more women in the workforce, more graduating. Social norms have also shifted. So women are buying on their own rather than waiting. What we've also seen is that men's only buying has stayed flat, whilst women's only has kept climbing.
So I get that, and the men not. That's home. What are we seeing in terms of land? Because land is an emotional issue, perhaps particularly in South Africa. Our history of land is complex and tricky. Where do we see the women in terms of land ownership?
So that's an interesting one. So I think there are two ways to count ownership. So stock is all the property already owned, which is typically built up over generations, still mostly men's, which is about 13%. Right now, flow is what's being bought right now. So where women are at, and that's a 38% and leading. So women can lead today's flow whilst the accumulated stock barely moves, because it takes years for new buying to shift a pile, built up over a century. But both numbers are true. They're just answering different questions. So think of it like the 13% is about the past and 38% is about the direction that we're heading to.
I get your point, because this is generational. Absolutely. This is, not something that changes quickly. The point that you make, though, is that it is directionally going in that right direction, where we are seeing the number increase. It's going to take some time. It might even take a couple of generations, but it's going in that direction, which is what's so hugely important.
100%. And what we've seen is where it's happening is Gauteng is the most women buying. That's the biggest market. But what we're also seeing from the data is that the fastest growth is in the smaller rural provinces, such as Mpumalanga, Limpopo, Free State, Northwest. And the progress is really reaching the places that waited the longest. So we're seeing real momentum in real communities.
What about business ownership? Because, to be clear, land is important, homes are very important, but businesses, there's almost something different to it, something more nuanced to it. Are we seeing similar sort of trends in that space?
So we're seeing that more women are stepping into business. That's the momentum. But the honest part is that men are still about twice as likely to own an established business. So from the stats, we're seeing at 7.9% versus 4.1%. So there's real progress, but there's still more to do.
I get that. And that could also be the sort of perhaps the broader commitments on women in terms of household and family and therefore perhaps risk-taking in its entirety.
100%. But we can really see that there are definitely big gains being made.
And that's the key point. Progress, strong progress. And I like your point. I mean, we need to understand distinctions between perhaps the stock, the flow, the direction it's going. Direction broadly seems to be in the right direction. We leave it there. Liza Nolte, new business development manager, AfriGIS. Appreciate the early morning time. This podcast is brought to you by Stanlib Asset Management. Invest in more certainty to navigate volatile market conditions.